Okay, so picture this. A massive battlefield, moments away from the greatest war in history, but instead of the sounds of war, there's silence. We're zooming in on one man's crisis of conscience, a moment that becomes the stage for a conversation that literally echoes across eternity.
We're starting with Arjuna. You have to understand, this is the best warrior of his generation, an absolute legend. But he's at his breaking point. Why? Because when he looks across the field, he doesn't just see an enemy army. He sees his family, his teachers, his grandfather. And the thought of fighting them, well, it's about to break him.
I mean, you can just feel the sheer panic in those words, right? This isn't just having second thoughts. This is a total meltdown. His body is physically shaking. His legendary bow, the Gandiva, is literally slipping out of his hands. The price of winning this war suddenly seems way, way too high. And this leads him to ask a desperate question.
And there it is. That's the question that kicks this whole thing off. He's basically crying out to his friend and charioteer, Krishna, saying, How? How can any wisdom, any grand plan possibly be worth this?
Now, Krishna's response isn't what you might expect. He doesn't say, hey, buck up, we got to do this. Not at all. Instead, he opens up a doorway to a completely different way of seeing reality. He starts talking about a kind of wisdom that's way older than this war, older than anyone on that battlefield.
So right away, Krishna just completely reframes the problem. He's saying, stop looking at the battle and start looking at the soul. He's asking Arjuna to zoom out, way out beyond the temporary horror of this single moment and see the bigger, eternal picture. And this eternal wisdom, it has a name.
Avyayam Yoga. It literally means the science that can't perish, that doesn't decay. It's this core teaching that who you really are, the soul, is immortal. It's separate from the body, which is just a temporary vessel. And Krishna makes it clear, he's not just making this up to make Arjuna feel better. This is an ancient truth he's just reintroducing. But as you can probably guess, that claim sounds pretty unbelievable to a mortal man like Arjuna.
So of course, Arjuna, who's a pretty practical guy, has a follow-up question. And his skepticism is totally relatable, right? He's trying to make sense of this cosmic claim coming from the guy he's known his whole life. So get this, Krishna makes this mind-blowing statement. He says, I taught this very science to the sun god Vivasvan at the dawn of creation. And Arjuna is just looking at him thinking, wait a minute, you're my cousin, we were born in the same generation. The math here it doesn't add up. And this is the million-dollar question. It cuts right to the heart of the matter and calls out what seems like a total contradiction. How could his friend, a mortal man, have been the teacher to a god at the beginning of time? Krishna's answer is what unlocks everything. Krishna is now about to reveal the secret. It's not about just one life, see? It's about countless lives, and a chain of wisdom that was passed down through the ages until, well, it was forgotten. So, here it is, the key that unlocks the whole puzzle, reincarnation. Krishna says, look, we've both done this before, countless times. The only difference? Arjuna has forgotten all his past lives. But Krishna remembers every single one. And because he remembers, he also remembers the entire history of Avyayam Yoga. He lays out this incredible timeline. It started with him teaching the sun god. The sun god taught the father of mankind, Manu, who then passed it down to the first kings. It was this perfect, unbroken chain of knowledge. But over thousands and thousands of years, the connection was lost. The wisdom faded into silence. Until, right now, on this battlefield. And this is what makes it so personal and powerful. Krishna isn't holding a press conference. He's restoring this cosmic, universal truth for his friend. It's an act of love, reaching back through all of time to help Arjuna in his darkest hour. So this conversation, it's so much more than just a pep talk. It's an act of cosmic restoration. It's about rebuilding a bridge to a source of wisdom that the world had forgotten. Suddenly, Arjuna isn't just a lost soldier in a terrible war anymore. By hearing this, he becomes the newest link in that ancient golden chain. He's connecting his personal crisis, right here and now, all the way back to the very beginning of time. The ancient bridge is being rebuilt, right there between the two armies.
This just says it all, doesn't it? The wisdom we call the Gita. It wasn't just written down in a book later. In this moment, on this battlefield, it is a living, breathing thing. It's like a cosmic pulse that had gone quiet, and now, through this conversation, it's beating loud and clear for everyone to hear again.
And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? I mean, if a truth this profound can be completely lost and then found again, it makes you wonder, what essential truths? What ancient wisdom about ourselves have we forgotten? And more importantly, what would it take to hear that heartbeat in our own lives once more?